Hey guys, it's Sawtooth Money 86, and today I'm going to be making a tutorial on how to set up Invasion Fireteams. And this will be part 1 of 2. So, first, go switch from basic editing to Invasion. If you were already on Invasion, then you don't need to do this step. Next, start up your game. Sorry about that. Now we're going to wait for the black, and I'm going to explain what we're going to do. So in this first part, we're going to be setting up spawning. Initial spawns and respawn points and zones. I'll also be explaining more about the other stuff in part 2. So I just spawned in. This is a map I threw together in 20 minutes for the sake of this tutorial. Also, another thing, I'm recording this after I made this map. So tell me what you think and tell me how you think I did with my mic. Anyway, first off, you cannot have any respawn points. That is vital. If you do, your map probably won't work. It'll be spawning randomly. So remember that. No respawn points. Next, set up initial spawns. So for this, you just place on a spawn point, set it to whichever team's attacking or defending. Red team is Spartans, blue team is elites. And the settings would be red team for the initial spawn. Remember to place it somewhere where they have a nice view. Now you go to advanced after you set red team. Change the spawn sequence to 0, 1, or 2. This is called Fireteams. So Fireteam 0 equals 1, Fireteam 2 is 1, Fireteam 2 is 3, Fireteam 0 is 1. Anyway, the other settings are game specific true, and game type label would be invasion. Do the same with any other spawn points on your map. As you see right now, I'm setting up the spawn sequence. Now the spawn sequence does not mean phase. It means Fireteam. But you see I'm setting up all the required labels. And I'm not placing many because I'm not going to play this with anyone. Why would I? Sorry about that. Okay. Next, you're going to want to work on respawn zones. Now you don't want to use the ones in spawning. You want to use the ones in objectives. I prefer a hill marker because you can see where you're placing it. Now you can't use the spawn points, you have to use these. So if you're going to set it up for the attacking team, set the spawn sequence to 0, 1, 2, or 3. Now you probably want 3 because you will most likely want all teams spawning there. And for game specific, true, and game type label, invasion underscore res underscore zone, which is where it's a respawn zone and it does not disappear with the different phases. Now if 0 means Fireteam 1 can spawn there, 1 means Fireteam 2 can spawn here, and 2 means Fireteam 3 can spawn here, and 3 up means that any Fireteam can spawn here. Do the same settings for any other spawn points on your map. Now when you get into phase spawns, you want to switch the game type label from invasion underscore res underscore zone to whatever phase it is, which would be either invasion underscore respawn phase 1, phase 2, or phase 3. Now you can't set it for any phases after that. As you can see here, I'm setting up the elite spawns. And I'm going to set up some spawn zones and I'll explain a little more. Okay. Oop. There we go. Okay. So you want to change it to the team that it's for, blue team, and set the spawn sequence to whatever fire team it is. I'm going to leave mine on free so that any team can spawn here. And then same the game specific to true, and game type label to invasion underscore respawn underscore phase 1. This will also disappear after this phase because it's set to a phase and not a respawn zone. If it was a respawn zone, it would stay here through all the phases. Now I'm going to go around the map and add some more respawn zones and respawn phases just for the sake of this tutorial. Okay. So I'm not sure if you were able to hear me there or not, which is kind of annoying because I have my freaking mic on and nothing's happening. And now you probably can hear me. Let me put it a little closer. Sorry about this. Okay. So just go through your map and set up the rest of your phase, your spawn phases. I'm gonna be quiet for a minute and let you watch. And I don't know what that was. My game just froze, so sorry if it kind of froze randomly there. So this first part is almost over, and then I covered spawning. Now in the next phase, I'll be covering objectives, weapon spawns, and wall spawns and despawns, as well as vehicles, and a little gameplay. So stay tuned for more. And that was kind of early. Stupid mic. Having some trouble talking into it. Anyway, I'm just setting up the last of the spawns for the final phases. And it's the same as I showed you, invasion underscore respawn underscore whatever phase or zone. So now I'm setting up the final one, and then I'm going to cut before we start getting into objectives. And the reason I'm doing this, I did have it saved as one big video, but I couldn't upload it because it was 16 minutes long. So as you can guess, the next part is about